We've often been told, haven't we, chums, when you're younger, to be careful about who you associate yourself with. And it is difficult, isn't it? Because if, we've all been there in the workplace, there's always one person that you think, oh, keep away from them, because they look trouble. And they normally are. They're the troublemaker in the group, aren't they? But you have to get on with them because, well, you're stuck in a workplace. That's the situation. Now, when you're in the world of show business, it's full of fakes, right? 100%. They are dripping in complete fakeness, simply because if they can be pictured with you when you're hot and maybe they need a lift up, then consequently, well, this can help their career. The bigger issue when you have that is, of course, if it backfires. And this is truly now what's happened to Meghan Markle. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. You all right today, chums? Thank you as ever. And thank you for your lovely support and comments regarding the recent by royal appointment. Always lovely to share stories like that with you. Got more. As I say, this is sort of falling apart behind the scenes because when you get those sort of people, those sort of very disruptive PR people, kids basically, right? They don't understand how PR works. They just think in the moment, it's TikTok, it's 10 minutes, it's exposure. What you're moaning about, you know what I mean? There lies your problem. It's a little bit like this. You see, when Meghan Markle was really struggling with the As Ever brand for Netflix, didn't matter that the boss of Netflix, Ted Sarandos, had come out and said basically, Meghan's a champion, she could sell anything. Well, she could, Ted, but she couldn't flog jams, could she? She couldn't flog the teas. And it's farcical. There was a documentary made over here recently saying, oh, Meghan sold out. It's just a joke, If you have 10 pots of jam, of course you're going to sell out. It's not been restocked since. It was a very expensive idea. Something that she could play with. Hasn't bothered doing anything like that now, has she? We're told about hotels and possible fashion ranges with a 3-year-old or 4-year-old daughter. So you just know that Meghan's sort of level of, well, interest is that of a gnat, basically. She can't be bothered. Now, this is what's happened with this collaboration. If you remember, of course, the A-lister actress, and I use that term loosely, who's also looking at a bit of a duff film career return, Gwyneth Paltrow, well, she decided to hook up with Meghan on that now. Oh, what do you think video? Meghan shoveling in a lump of pie with her feet up on the table. Very uncouth, just one stage away from what was coming with a twerking video, right? And what was fascinating about this was Gwyneth thought she was playing the media like, look, I'm a boss girl, I can be friendly with anybody. Oh, well, cast a few months down the line. And of course, Meghan Markle has realised, as along with Gwyneth Paltrow, that actually sometimes it's best if two divas do not collide. You see, according to a source, basically Gwyneth is sick to the back veneered teeth, right, of being asked about Meghan in interviews. Now, she's trying to flog a film or her latest stuff on Goop or whatever. And let's not forget, Gwyneth's group is not doing too well also. She's had to let staff go. So whenever she's interviewed, everybody goes up and says, oh, have you been in touch with Meghan? Well, Gwyneth has already dumped Meghan, because we're just text friends. She's told you they're not friends, right? But now it's even more toxic around this because according to the source that Gwyneth's team have been telling people who go to interview Gwyneth Paltrow, and remember, I've met these teams on many occasions, they politely say, no questions about that video. And if you do, the interview is pulped. You're axed, you're out, and you're on the naughty step, hopefully for a long time. I wouldn't want to come back. And that's the issue that Meghan and Gwyneth now are. They're two people that collided for 10 minutes, and now that's that. You see, celebrity is a strange world, right? Gwyneth Paltrow's realised that this was a mistake. But at the beginning of the year, she thought, well, no, this is going well. Netflix are involved. Of course it's going to work. What she's realised is by attaching herself with somebody like that, because it is such a soap opera that's falling apart every single day, everybody wants to know, well, have you been in touch? And of course, Gwyneth Paltrow just wants to talk about one thing, Gwyneth Paltrow. And now, if you bring Meghan up, well, you're out. You get the picture? Neil Shaw in Kensington, London.